What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about a story I just seen on the internet off of Atlanta local news, right? And it involves these two people right here. These two people that you see up here, the guy with all that crap on his face, his name is Lawrence Inararity. I think that's how you say it. And the guy next to him, his name is Ryan Savage. And they did some savage stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, these two idiots right here just been sentenced to life for, I'm going to say this because it's beginning of YouTube, the R word of a woman. Now, they received a life sentence, and more victims are coming forward of how these dudes, did some slick stuff to invade the physical privacy of some women out there. Now, supposedly these guys, one guy is a promoter, the other guy is a rapper. We've seen this before. Take a look at this story, man, and we'll come back and talk about this.
Tonight at 11, a popular Atlanta promoter and rapper is now headed to prison, just found guilty of drugging and raping a woman.
Lawrence Inararity, known as Peso Montana, and a second man, Ryan Savage, you see them here on your screen, were sentenced to 50 years, tried together, and convicted of rape. Tonight, the DeKalb County District Attorney confirms more potential victims have come forward, sharing similar stories of how they were assaulted.
11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has that story tonight. He's live in Atlanta. So, Cody, you say these reported assaults go back more than a decade.
Ron, Jennifer, as far back as 2013, Peso Montana and Ryan Savage would lure these women to a home in Stone Mountain by putting online ads for free tattoos out there. Well, what they would do next, drug them and sexually assault them. Now tonight, you're about to hear from two women who responded to one of those ads. One of them was drugged, the other sexually assaulted, and we are protecting their identities tonight. I interviewed them over Zoom, and we will not be identifying them.
It wasn't about sex. It was more about power or humiliation, or it's deeper than that, because they did it repeatedly.
The advertisement.
Their motive and their MO is to get the girls to drink immediately.
The women say these two continued pouring drinks.
Said we was in and out. We was really drugged.
The next thing she knew,
I hear my sister screaming like somebody had killed her.
She'd been sexually assaulted.
I was hysterical. Pretty much I wanted to be in a safe place and call the police. So I asked her to, take me home. So I called the police from there, and I went to go get a rape kit done at DeKalb Medical that same morning.
So what happened next?
They didn't stop. He started making music.
Referring to Lawrence Inararity, known as Peso Montana.
He was an Atlanta promoter for years. He was hosting parties, getting girls drunk and stuff for years, and nobody said anything.
They fought a silent battle.
If all those girls in my DM would have spoke up, would have actually came forward and just no, I'm not going for it. It's wrong. I was violated. I deserve to be heard.
A decade later, Inararity and Ryan Savage have finally been stopped, only tried for one rape, partially because of the statute of limitations.
All these girls having the same story with the same couple of people, and nobody paid attention to it.
Now, both men were sentenced to life in prison, but will be eligible for parole after 50 years. And what is unknown tonight is just how many victims are out here across Metro Atlanta. The two women you just heard from believe there are many, many more victims. As you mentioned, Jennifer and Ron, the DA has reached out to several more. What happens next? We'll soon find out. Of course, if you are a victim of one of these two men, you're asked to contact the DeKalb County Police Department. In Atlanta, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
Yeah, very disturbing allegations. And if there are more victims out there, hopefully they will come forward. Cody, thank you.
Guys, that's the story of these two pieces of shit. And that goes to show you ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. I'm telling you, a lot of these women out here, they need to stop going to these thugs and idiots, fake promoter types, and dealing with them. They need to get people that are not in the parties and things like that. They honestly do. Because I'm going to tell you something, that hip hop culture out here, it's a totally different animal than it was in the 80s and early 90s. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're seeing the transformation. But, I mean, come on, man. Look at these two dudes, man. One looked lost and the other one looked like his face looked like somebody wrote on it. Either way, them goofy cards that they was giving out, free tattoos for women and stuff, that right there sounded like it was a catch attached to it. Said a set of sisters went seeing them. One sister screamed and they both got out of there. And they done told their side of this story. But a lot of people didn't. And the reason why I just made that statement, I'm going to say this real fast. And I'm learning this over time from doing these type of stories. It opens your eyes to a different type of thinking and different horizons of thought that you would normally not think as a man. Seeing other men do some of the most head scratching stuff out here. First thing is this: the severity and the shame that rape brings to a woman herself. Nobody wants to admit that someone took them and were, forced to submit under their will of their own sexual dominance. Heard the girl, she said it's about power. I don't know anybody that wants to be overtaken against their will. These dudes are doing this stuff not once, not twice, but multiple times. They stuck with what worked for them. And from a standpoint of a woman and this crime happening to, I can't say nothing but sympathize. But from a standpoint of a man seeing other men do this shit, it's downright trifling. And they got life in prison when they shouldn't have no life to me. Any type of crime dealing with rape of women, children, something where you deprive somebody by force of their right to survive, they need to be taken out of here. You know what I'm saying? These are two young guys, and they had it in their head that they think so less of women that they'll go and dangle some trinkets of something they think they would like, only for them to have the opportunity to come in and invade them. See, the mindset and the actual intent of a lot of crimes is what bothers me. Atlanta full of women. Just y'all saying y'all rappers and all this stuff, you could have got some groupies. Hell, a lot of these people that was won't come forward and was taking advantage of that stuff was probably groupies. See, that's the thing. These dudes that did this dangled a whole bunch of nothing out there and then set it up to where they were so comfortable. They was bringing people to the studio, doing what they would do to them, drug them, go make music, and then have them around for their own personal playthings and think nothing would happen to them. These people drove there before they was given drinks like they wouldn't remember to go back. That right there lets you know that they think they had a whole idea of mental capacities and sphere of women's thinking. Because they was that comfortable to do it and keep doing it. Why are they still breathing? Why are they still alive? Somebody's mother. Some of these women probably mothers. Somebody's daughter, definitely. And the only way you can get in their pants is to drug them and do them dirty like that. I don't know why they're locking people up that do this type of stuff. Because they are serial rapists from what is coming out. They're even telling the media right now is still telling people, hey, if they did something, you come out and say something. I mean, they got life, ain't nothing else going to happen to them. But I mean, come on, man. This type of person is counterproductive to society. Why? Because not only do they tear into the fabric of peace and harmony and trying to move along and get you know, grow a community or whatever, but they also, the things they do makes it hard for these women to trust other men. They have problems in their relationships, and a lot of times the stuff that's happened to them, it affects them years down the line. While these guys go get a good night's sleep after busting a nut from doing something crazy to a strange woman. These guys lucky they ain't catch something. Then again, when you in the mind of a predator, they only see what they want, go after it, they have tunnel vision. They don't think about the consequences. Luckily for the women that came out and spoke tonight, you know, which is courageous, they're behind bars. But to me, that's not real justice. Real justice is putting them in a situation where they have to face the same suspended terror that they put others through before everything goes black permanently. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's an unfortunate incident that just happened, but it does happen. And it keep happening. As long as there are men and women on the planet, there'll always be some dim-witted assholes that go out here and feel as though they don't want to, you know, do the work to get a woman. Y'all rather just take one or pluck one like fruit. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.